Hello, Nick. Welcome back to the Calvin Crypto video. I hope you guys are doing well. Today we're back with another banger PulseChain video, giving you guys the latest and greatest of crypto news. Now, it's been a minute since I've uploaded. Life got a little bit busy, but nonetheless, we are back here today, and I'm so excited, even though it is almost midnight. But I just really wanted to get a video out, so we're going to keep it a little bit on the shorter side, but definitely still high on the value side. And I'm super excited for the next videos. So, guys, keep that notification bell open, and also join the Telegram in the description, a very high value room. Okay, we're going to show you guys a quick snippet because thank you for everyone who is in that community, right? It's ran by the community. We talk about stuff. If you have any questions, if you're new to PulseChain, if you want to ask me a question or the rest of the community, or just be part of a conversation, especially at these high doubtful times, it's a great place to be, guys. This is a scam free group chat. I am there almost 20 times a day. So I just wanted to highlight this message here where you can see this guy sharing, only stupid people are telling you to short or sell, especially at these times. And also, in more interesting news, BlackRock has bought over 750 million worth of Ethereum in June and hasn't sold a single token. You're not bullish enough on Ethereum. So very, very smart. Like again, remember guys, follow the smart money. Even though, yes, it's not directly creating a green candle, it's this. You're following information, you're not following green candles. And in other news here from AK sharing this post saying CoinMarketCap has been hacked and is now showing a wallet stealer overlay. Do not interact with it until further clarification. You owe me a few bucks if I've saved you. And then this is the screenshot. Absolutely crazy. So again, guys, just a reminder, if you don't need to connect your wallet to our website to use it, then just don't connect it. Even if it's like dbank.com, you can just paste your public wallet address and then you can just use the service. You don't need to connect it. So please do remember, because yes, there is a way where they can drain your wallet just by connecting it, because you'll never know if they'll send a signature request. Yeah, you can approve X amount of tokens for them to dump at any given times. So especially beware of that. Also had another person here ask me, do I still have the same estimate, which is maybe in January? And this is what I said. By January or in general Q1 of 2026, I believe that will be the second and last bull run wave. So yeah, I'm still very firm on that. The first altcoin season wave will happen anywhere between Q3 and Q4 of this year. And then the final wave will happen in early 2026 before we enter the bear market. So definitely be careful. So yeah, this is what I said. Just time it with the debt rollover cycle. Basically, when the Fed start quantitative easing, what does that involve? It's where central banks are buying government bonds to increase the money supply, and also where they lower the interest rate, and this comes with higher inflation. Also, this can be doubled down with governments loosening their fiscal policies, such as lowering taxes, increased spending, or making crypto slash Bitcoin tax exempt. I think this is kind of a white swan event. Definitely, if that would happen, that would be really great. All of the above haven't happened yet. It will. Sine wave, guys. Remember, and I've always been saying this, it literally just feels like an up and down cyclical wave. And here's an illustration that I attached where you can see kind of in the blue line, which is the long-term debt cycle, which is effectively 4.5 years long. And then you have the short scope debt cycle that happens in between. So yeah, this is a really good concept to get your mind wrapped around. So going back to the Bitcoin chart, there's a couple of things I want to let you guys know. Now, number one, just looking at the price chart, I can clearly identify a M pattern, which is unfortunately a bearish one. I do believe that we're gonna face some retest in the very short term for Bitcoin, possibly at around the 95,000 mark, and then a bounce for higher highs. So keep that in mind. So it's not bad news, especially if you're not short-term price oriented. So this is why I tell people, zoom out a little bit, delay your gratification, and most importantly, do not leverage. Because if you're leveraging, you're gonna have to worry about the short-term price changes and volatility. So keep that in mind. But in other big greater news about Bitcoin, which we're gonna cover even more with the crypto news, just in general, looking at the M2 money supply, guys. Okay, just in general, looking at the M2 money supply, this is with a 75-day delay versus Bitcoin, which again, this is what I like to see because it's very clearly correlated together. So yeah, this is the day chart for the M2 money supply. It's been rapidly increasing and it's still not stopping anytime soon. This is really great because it's paving the way for Bitcoin's future value, which right now, where M2 money supply have reached, it does give us a potential 140% 140,000 Bitcoin price, which I am really, really happy. So honestly, my expectation is a minimum of 140k Bitcoin price in 2025. Now, another Pulsechain news, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, the website that we used to love and use on a day-to-day basis, GoPulse, have gone radio silent. Now, a lot of us have been anticipating this. This is why there's a lot of kind of alternatives that are popping up. Big shout out to Pulsefolio, big shout out to portfolio trackers like Frank Cabal, Pulse charts that I'm using here from I believe the dev is Hexagita. Really, really cool stuff here. So yeah, guys, I'm not really sure what to say. I remember a tweet ages ago from Hex Scout where he talked about GoPulse, how the dev pulled away from the Hex Scout kind of dev team in the last few days just before PulseChain launch to create this without their knowledge as he was building it beforehand. And also then recently, they kind of exposed them for trying to sell GoPulse to other investors, etc. And this is why they did the whole sacrifice with their Go token, which, guys, I don't like to hate on other people's projects, but I'm just saying, don't sacrifice anymore. Don't do pre-sales anymore. Okay, the only one I would trust is Richard Hart, and even though, look how did it end up? And Wales were able to have huge allocations. And that's something I really wished Richard Hart implemented, which was a max sacrifice per wallet. But here we are today, and of course, we're not really dwelling on the past. And also, do remember that Pulse Chain launched in the middle of the bear market, so we can't have too many expectations. We've already covered the example with Tron and how it took 700 something days for it to then do a huge amount of X's. Remember when I mentioned the Tron a few days ago, I was highlighting this tweet here from Access Alive. Big shout out to him. Here he says Richard Hart's Pulse Chain is 752 days old. Justin Sun's Tron fell for 798 days before bottoming in March of 2020. Since then, TRX is up 36x over 1,911 days. Both have massive Ethereum treasuries and aligned interest. Most of you won't make it. God bless. So yeah, big shout to Access here, reminding us of delayed gratification. And if you guys are asking how old is Pulsechain today, well, it is day 770. So it really literally is just a few more weeks, guys. Just 2 more weeks, as everyone likes to say. Which takes us kind of to this tweet here from Pulse.win. Says, is it just a coincidence that Richard Hart's 30-day workout challenge ends on the exact same day that the SEC's 30-day appeal window closes? Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then you can see here he attached the picture when he says, when is 60 days from May 6th of 2025? It lands on 5th of July, day after Freedom Day. And then here he says, when is 15 days from June 2025? And here it says it lands on July 5th again. So yeah, literally, we're just 2 more weeks, guys. So yeah, a big shout to here from Pulse.win. And then now going to Richard Hart's latest tweet. Let's see what he has to say, his current thoughts about the market conditions, and much more about PulseChain and its kind of long-term proposition. PulseChain is awesome, works great. PulseX works great. Hex works great. Wonderful technology. So how specifically does that affect the price? Well, Pulse and PulseX both have lower supplies now than when they were launched because of burning. Supply and demand is king. Reduction of supply is good for price. But what is the primary mechanism by which the price moves? Buyers and sellers. Price up, that's because there's more buying than selling. Price down, that's because there's more selling than buying. It's not useful to pretend that the quality of the tech or its founder somehow magically changes prices. It is obviously buyers and sellers that are in charge of the price. You don't have to be really stupid or pitiful or misguided or some combination of the three to try and blame price on something other than the buyers and sellers. I guess when people are butthurt, they lash out, even at their own team. That's very true. Even if it makes no sense. They can't control the price, so they try to do something that they can control. Cry publicly. Nothing is more manly than crying in public like a B word. Nothing makes you more powerful than blaming everything on everyone else but yourself. Pro tip: when you take responsibility for your actions, you give yourself the gift of being able to make changes that can improve your life. Anyway, nearly everything in crypto is wrecked price wise. If you're reading this, you'll probably be wrecked price wise as well. Ethereum is $2,400 right now. It was 5,000 years and years ago. Do you hear me crying like a B word at Vitalik? Please, Vitalik, pretty please make bag go up. No, because I have basic human dignity and it doesn't work. And being manly is cool. TLDR, everyone's wrecked as we've been many times before. If you've been in crypto for a while, if you shut the F up and keep working, yes, actually working, you've got lots of potential to make amazing things happen. But crying like a B word, it doesn't get the work done. Working does. Get to work. The tech is far better than it's ever been. I 100%, and you know what? I love this message from Richard Hart. Now, I also want to quickly give my thoughts on why is Richard Hart not streaming. It's a kind of a great reminder because we just spoke about the SEC window of appeal is closing on the 5th of July. I think he's obviously waiting for that just to be very, very safe. And also, guys, to remember that he is still wanted by the Interpol, which I believe also rolls into the US. So he's also wanted in actually America. So he's probably not in Finland anymore. He's probably not in America. Uh, Most likely in a safe place, as we've already seen from his Christmas video where he said where he said he's bulletproof and he's the safest he's ever been. So that's really good in that side of things. But in terms of making a live stream, I really doubt he will, especially at these low under sacrifice rates for Pulse and PulseX. And that's just in general. I don't think he should live stream, especially if the macro market conditions are not already building momentum for the altcoins, where him live streaming will be more like a catalyst rather than trying to actually spark the altcoin. And because if that was the case, I think you would really have diminishing returns for that. So I think he's very, very smart and he's very aware of it. So yeah, I'm really happy, guys. Overall, honestly, I'm delaying my gratification. You know what I mean? I'm learning, guys, Wilson's Law. You guys know about that, especially if you're on the Telegram group chat, where, you know what, at times like these, you just want to go after knowledge, learn and build stuff, work, etc. So big shout out to people like the Pulsefolio. Turns out he's a one-man army, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine Pulsefolio, and a great alternative to GoPulse, where now you can use it to verify smart contracts. You can use it as a portfolio tracker and much, much more. I believe right now you can also see your Ethereum assets. I'll probably make a separate video review and a kind of a tutorial if you guys want me to. But I love stuff like this because one of the really greatest things about Pulsechain, guys, is what? Is the people, is the community. You can fork Ethereum, but you can't fork a community. So I am super proud to be part of Pulsechain, to represent it, to spread the word about it, to demystify the world of DeFi, right? And introduce people to Pulsechain, the unicorn of this upcoming DeFi season. That is my bet for this bull run. Guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to keep the video very short like there. I have a bunch of other updates in other videos, so definitely turn on the notification bell. So yeah, guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for supporting Pulsechain. 2 more weeks, we shall see what will happen. Do remember, join the Telegram link in the description. You can support me by becoming a YouTube member. You have access to members exclusive videos. You get the 2 courses 100% for free if you are a YouTube member. Go check them out. Link in the description if you want to learn more about kind of mitigating all the attack vectors within crypto. Trust me, you want to learn this, especially if you're holding above $1,000 in crypto. Thank me later, because complacency is a major risk. Okay, but aside from that, big shout to the man above. Trust in the process, trust in God, and I shall see you in the next one. Take care.